Hey, this is Jaime with Echo Real Estate Advisors. Today we're going to cover email signatures and how to create them. There's three themes that we're going to follow as we're creating these email signatures. And the first one being we're going to approach it from a branding perspective. So we absolutely want to present the most favorable side of our business and also just display it in a very professional and branded way. We also are going to be focusing on our email signature from a compliance standpoint. Now, I'm out of the state of Texas, so a lot of the compliance, all of the compliance marketing that I'm aware of is really going to be geared towards that. So depending on when you're watching it, the marketing and advertising regulations from TREC, the Texas Real Estate Commission, may have changed, but this is how I understand them to be at this present time. What's more important for you to get from this video is the functionality, and you're going to be able to swap things in and out very quickly and inexpensively. So you don't need to go out there and get a programmer or somebody that's going to charge you $60, $100, $150 per hour or anything like that to get your email signature in a very branded way and in a very compliance oriented way. So there's that. Now also we do want to maximize our point of contact with our leads. So if you're doing a lot of email marketing or if you're getting leads online, there's a good chance that you're following up with emails and texts. So you do want to optimize every point of contact or every contact that you have with your follow-up on those online leads. So we are going to be focused on a lead generation email signature, and it'll make more sense when we're going through it. So right now, to give you an example of what I'm talking about, this is my present email signature. Now, I am not a programmer by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not a coder or anything else like that. So just know that regardless of where you are technology-wise, we're probably on the same page. I'm going to venture and guess. Now, let's see. I just got an email. Oh, my association. Okay. So this is my email signature. And this format where you actually see images, it's a HTML, an HTML format. And I didn't code any of this. This is not something that I did. But what I like about this email, and I'll send myself an email so you see the recipient's side of it. What I like about this email is that it presents differently. You see the attachments that come with it, which are right here, which are links. But I like the ability to have a click-through, meaning when they're getting whomever I'm emailing, whether that be a client or a coworker, another agent, whoever it is, they're able to click through and find me. They're able to go directly to my Facebook page so they can like it, or they can do a little bit of research about who they're actually interacting with. It's most important with your clients, as if you're doing a lot of online lead generation like I am, then they're going to want to qualify you from an online perspective. So it's how I see it. It's very important to have some qualifying information that you do have an online presence. It just presents well, and the functionality of them just being able to click through in your email is super important. Well, at least that's my opinion. You may have a different one. But also, you see here that I have the IABS form, so the information about broker services, which you do need to present to your clients. The TREC Consumer Protection Notice, that's also something else that they can click through, and they have it. So essentially, I'm just trying to stay as compliant as possible. Again, regulations may change, but this is how I understand the regulations to read at this present time. And then the lead generation component that I was talking about is Right here, I have the Cloud CMA, which is available to me through the association, so Metrotex, the association that I'm with. And I like the ability for my clients or anybody that has turned into a lead to be able to click through there and see what the value of their home is worth. Essentially, once they provide their address, whatever it may be, they're getting a Cloud CMA or just a CMA. Cloud is more of the company, but they're getting a CMA directly to their inbox. So it just provides an additional point of contact. And yes, I may already have their email, hence that's why they're getting it. But if I see that they've clicked through and have actually requested a home valuation, then that tells me it's not necessarily a cold lead at this point. It's becoming more of a warmer lead as they took the time to click through here and arrive here, input their information, and they're a little bit more than curious about the value of their home. So this is a lead capture that I have in my Facebook page, in my website, all the landing pages that I create, because I do want to get, of course, as many leads as possible, but more than anything, I want to really provide another level of service that a lot of agents aren't doing at this time. So let's see how to actually get to this email signature if you're not already here. All right, so the first component that we're going to attack is the HTML format. Now, again, I have no clue how to actually create this email signature, but I know where to get that. So where I ended up ordering it from was Fiverr. So you may have heard of it. Fiverr is a crowdsourced freelancing crowdsourced work, essentially just a group of freelancers, and you can get every type of service known to man on this platform. So the vendor that I ended up using was Web Develop Team. That's somebody that I have a personal experience with, as at this point I've created about 12 to 15 different templates from this developer. So I know, well, I guess vendor, I'm not sure if this person is a developer. It's suggested in the name, so I'm going to guess maybe they are. But if you're not sold on this person, all you need to do is go to Fiverr, go to HTML, email signature, and you get to take your pick. So how I did it was very simple. I just clicked through and started looking at some email signatures I liked, and once I found a template that I liked, then I went and clicked through to the vendor and I ordered the signature. They're going to ask for your logo in a high resolution font and format. So if it developed, or if you had it created and you didn't create it yourself, then try to get the files from whoever you ordered it from, or if you designed it yourself, then of course provide it to the vendor that you select. They're going to ask for images that you want to include. If you're going to include your face, if you're going to include your logo, you don't have to put the face, you don't have to send them the Facebook or Twitter or anything else like that. That's already part of their format. But of course you do want to provide them your phone number, your personal contact information, as there's no way that they would know that. And yeah, the one that I used, let's see if I can backspace here, was I think like $6. And they went ahead and created it. It was a day turnaround, and let's see, I think it was this one, $5 plus the fee that Fiverr collects for you being on their platform. You can log into Fiverr, create an account for free. The only time that you get charged is when you actually do something from one of their providers or one of their freelancers, and then it's just a transaction fee, and I believe it's $1. So once they return it to you, they're going to return it to you in a file format, which let's see if I can find it. I use Fiverr quite a bit, so you'll see that waiting my review, my completed, there's 61 orders that I've ordered from these people. The email here, they're going to return it to you in a certain format. HTML. This is for another company that I had. Bad example. This one's broken. You can do the PNG. This is what it was supposed to look like, but you can do the PNG, but it's not click through at that point. So I don't want to go through all of the orders, but just know that as soon as you get the HTML, all you need to do is copy that, go here, go to settings, go down here and paste. Really, if the link was not broken, not sure if I clicked on an earlier draft or what was the case with that, but all you would need to do is come here and paste, and you're ready to go. These three links I added myself, so whenever you, don't worry about that part because the formatting is a little bit different and it's coded differently with that HTML code that this developer created for us. So don't worry about that part. But these 3 links I did add by myself, and all you need to do to have a hyperlink, we'll delete this, and I'll show you the lead capture form. Okay, now this is a dashboard from my association, and there's a good chance that your association does give you a Cloud CMA, or if you don't have Cloud CMA, you can sign up for it, to my understanding. So if you do have Cloud CMA, I do suggest that you put it as many places as possible, as it is a very cool feature and it's a great way to get leads where you don't have to actually get too much, you don't have to get your hands dirty in any way. All you need to do is have the little bar or the code injected into your website or landing page or Facebook, so they can land here and then they do the rest for you. So to get that code, you would go to settings on Cloud CMA, you land here, you go to lead gen. If you were going to install it on your website as a widget, then this is where you would do, this is the code that you would use. But for me, I only want it as a link, so essentially a hyperlink. I would copy that. I'd come over here and I would put, I forgot what I had on there, but get your comparative market analysis. And right there, paste, and there you go. Now to check the link, you just click through, and you have your landing page that people can type in their information and they're going to get back a comparative market analysis. And then the Cloud CMA will send you a lead notification that somebody has gone out there and actually input their information. When you receive that lead, you're going to be getting the email and the phone number along with the name and address. So then you can follow up with your lead at that point. Now, as far as your information about broker services, the way that I understand the advertising and marketing regulations from TREC is that you do have to have it filled out. So I did fill it out, and you have my broker, my license number, and everything else right there. But since you don't want to host it anywhere, like on your website, or you may wonder, how do I get it from my computer into a hyperlink with minimal effort? I do suggest that you use a Gmail account, which this is a Gmail account, which has my domain as well attached to it. And if you do have a Gmail account, if not, I would suggest that you create it because it's going to help you out even if you're using a different type of email service. It's just going to help you out tremendously. So go out and create a free Gmail account so you have access to the Google Drive. And how you do this, let's see, so the information about broker services. You go to information about broker services. Go to Trek. They're going to provide the form. I'll just download it. I already have one there, but we'll do it again. Here's the form. You fill in your name, license, email, phone, whatever it is, file, save as. You name it whatever you want to name it. And there you go. So let's just make sure that the information stayed on there, and it did. Then you're going to go over to your Google Drive, and you're going to find what you just did, and you're going to import it. Now you're going to right click here and get the shareable link. This is very important because it's what makes the rest of it work. Get the shareable link. It's going to say, if it's your first time using it in this folder, it's going to have the link sharing off, which you don't want that. But when you turn it on, it's going to try to keep it to your domain, which Echo Real Estate Advisors, that's my domain. What you want to do is go to sharing settings, and right now you can see that anybody within my organization is able to see it, but we want it to be public so other people can actually access it. That's the purpose of displaying it on our email signature. So we're going to go to more, and we're going to put public on the web. I'm sorry, we're going to go to anyone with the link. That's what we want. We're going to save. Now anybody with the link can view. They're not going to be able to edit it, but they can view it, which is what you want. You're going to copy the link. It's been copied to the clipboard. You're going to go back here. And very similar to what we did with the comparative market analysis, you just highlight it and you provide that link. So you would do the same thing for the consumer protection notice. And on the consumer protection notice, I think, actually I know you don't have to fill anything in, it's just a notice. So that one's easier. All you need to do is download it and then upload it to your Google Drive and get that shareable link. Again, just be sure, because this trips up a lot of people, and it has for me in the past, be sure that the settings, when you go to get the shareable link, be sure that one, it's on, and then two, anybody with the link can view it. So a lot of the times when you flip it on and you copy that link, you notice that as you're trying to input it here or get it to work, you find that it just is not working. So again, it's really that simple. It didn't take us I don't know how long this video has been going, but it didn't take us too long. Most of it was in the explanation. So again, this just presents better, in my opinion. We do want to be as compliant as possible, and you can make it as fancy as you would like. Fiverr is a service that you can go on, and they're going to do the HTML coding for you, but you can also go to another service called Wisestamp. The pricing is different, which if you're creating a good amount of emails, it may be a better route for you to go. But this is a charge by month in which you can create unlimited signatures. You can have pre-made templates already, animations and everything else like that. So whether you go with Fiverr or whether you go with Wisestamp, they're going to give you some HTML templates that are going to present. They're just going to present very well. If you of course, some of you may have no email signature at all, or just your name, or whatever have you. I've seen them just in my interactions and with deals and speaking with agents that are part of the consulting program that I have. They're just in all, there's just a mixed bag. So every time that we start a new engagement, as far as branding ourselves, the email signature is right off the bat one of the first things that I suggest, to have a different level of presentation. And you don't need to spend a ton of money getting an email signature. You can realistically create something very similar to this on your own, but if you wanted to do the HTML version, which essentially is getting the images to where they actually work and you're able to click through, just formatted in a very particular way, I would definitely suggest you go over with Fiverr or go with Wisestamp. They provide templates for you that are pretty cool. So whichever route you go, with whatever is most economical for you, know that those are some very cheap alternatives for you to use, but they present so much better. So that's all for today.